Hope that you enjoyed the previous session. In this module, we are going to discuss the apparatus required for gravimetric analysis and important steps used in gravimetric estimation. So let us discuss the apparatus required for analysis. So beaker, glass rod with policeman, wash bottle, desiccator, Buchner funnel, filter paper, sintered crucible G3 or G4, suction flask. So this is the crucible. So this is the suction flask. The tube is fitted with suction pump. Oven. Now we are going to discuss the important steps used in gravimetric estimation. Step number 1, weigh the empty sintered crucible. Step number 2, add the precipitating reagent to the given sample. Step number 3, heating or digestion of the precipitate. Step number 4, washing. Step number 5, filtration. Step number 6, drying. Step number 7, weigh the precipitate along with the crucible. And step number 8, note the weight of the precipitate. The step number 1 is, so we have to take the weight of the empty crucible, either G3 or G4. Step number 2 is, we can add precipitating agent to the given solution. For example, in the case of estimation of barium chloride, the precipitating agent is potassium chromate in the presence of acetic acid. In the case of estimation of nickel, the precipitating agent is dimethyl glyoxime reagent in the presence of liquor ammonia. Then the third step is digestion. So before filtration, digestion of the precipitate is necessary. So what is the purpose of digestion? To obtain a dense precipitate so that it can be readily filtered. Digestion is affected by heating the precipitate with the mother liquor on a steam bath for about 15 to 20 minutes. During digestion, the particle size of the precipitate is increased. After digestion, the precipitate can be easily filtered and less affected by co-precipitation. Now, this is the heating or digestion of the mixture. The step number 4 is washing. Before drying, washing of the precipitate is necessary. So what is the purpose of washing? To remove adsorbed impurities from the precipitate. Washing is usually carried out with the dilute solution of an electrolyte. The presence of electrolyte in the wash solution prevents peptidization of the precipitate. Let us discuss the commonly used wash solution: ammonia solution or dilute acid. In the case of lead or barium, hot water is used for washing the precipitate. Now let us discuss the fifth step, that is filtration. So what is the purpose of filtration? To separate precipitate from the solution. In the gravimetric analysis, the filtration is done by using a special type of sintered crucible G3 or G4. During filtration, the crucible is attached to the suction flask, which is attached to the suction pump. Then the solution containing the precipitate is filtered through the crucible. So this is the setup of filtration. In the case of Buchner funnel, we can use sintered crucible G3 or G4. Here in the diagram we used filter paper. In the case of crucible, there is no need for filter paper. So this is the filtering flask. Then a tube will be there. The tube is attached to the suction pump. The step number 6 is drying. So what is the purpose of drying? To get moisture free precipitate. The precipitate is dried in a hot air oven at a fixed temperature and time. The temperature of the oven is fixed from the knowledge of thermogravimetric curve of the precipitate. After drying, the crucible containing the precipitate is taken out from the oven, cooled and weighed. The precipitate is dried to get a constant weight. In the case of estimation of lead as lead chromate, the crucible is dried in an air oven kept at 120 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. In the step number 7 and step number 8, after cooling the precipitate along with the crucible, we have to take the weight of the precipitate along with the crucible. From the weight of the crucible and the precipitate and weight of the empty crucible, we can easily calculate weight of the precipitate. So these are the steps involved in gravimetric analysis. Thank you.